Hey everyone, this is Vickerman, and today we're back with Stories, The Path of Destinies. We did a preview of this several months ago, so I hope you are ready to learn more. I think this is going to be a good time here, so let's head into the game and we can see what it's all about. So, you remember from the last video that this is all about Reynardo, and this is a storybook sort of presentation.
His mother called him to her deathbed.
So we start with a little bit of a cutscene here.
The gallows. She
And this part was not part of the preview.
He swore. And he whiled away his days at home with music, cards, and wine. But the Emperor had changed. He'd been good once, a shy, almost humble toad. He'd built universities. Then people started whispering about mass graves in the woods. Midnight rituals, victims screaming. The Imperial Ravens would round up entire villages, and no one ever returned. The Ravens had come to Ubar scouting for ancient books said to be of great power. But the librarians had hidden the books, so they'd burnt the librarians. The citizens, outraged, had driven them off. The Ravens had come back with dropships. The kid had fled with one of those books. He was brave and dumb and wanted to join the rebellion. And
He's also a
Reynardo
rabbit.
had promised his mother he'd protect him.
So yeah, that's kind of the setup for the game. And we are in the shoes of Reynardo. We got to stop this kid from escaping. And this is sort of a tutorial stage here. So yes, the Stories, The Path of Destinies is a action-adventure RPG from Spearhead Games. Coming out April 12th, so very soon now. And yeah, it is kind of an interesting concept here. You play through the game, and the game itself is actually pretty fast-paced combat, sort of
looking down, watching his city.
and the
burn.
narrator here
Sorry, kid. Reynardo
is
told the kid.
speaking throughout, actually.
Look, if we give them the book,
So
they'll leave
to
you
me,
alone. My mother died for this book. I promised
the game
her I'd
that this
protect
most
you.
reminds me of probably is
Damn it.
Bastion,
The kid had run off.
because we
with the
have
book, of
the
course.
narrator,
So Reynardo
and
had to run
it
after
is an ARPG style here. So we can go around like this, and we have our sword swing like so, and we'll have more abilities as we go. They introduce them over time, you know, as a tutorial would.
The two ravens were staring at the kid like he was their dinner, which probably was what was
That
in
is
their
true.
tiny brains. Hey, Reynardo said. They cocked their heads at him. Pick on someone as ugly as you. Wait, you come out right? For the Emperor! The ravens
Some
called
pretty funny
and rushed
jokes
at
in
him.
here. Alright, so now we just kind of have to mash the attack button, but we'll have more abilities. We also have a counter. This is somewhat similar then to an Assassin's Creed style counter. At least the Assassin's Creeds that I remember. I have not played the most recent ones. Alrighty. And I thought the sword looked kind of weird. I forgot that you start with this one.
A dropship flew overhead.
So, you know, we have
They hadn't
changes in
noticed him.
perspective like this.
Kid.
The world that this game is based in is sort of a floating islands type of thing. And what it wants to do is hold X, and we can throw that guy off. Even though, when I was playing this before, I was like, he's a raven, isn't he? Isn't he gonna be just fine? I guess not.
Oh, right. The Gate of Heroes. Someone's idea of a joke, making the Skyship Docks a gated community.
Oh.
You needed a hero's sword to open it.
Well, I'm a hero.
The kid was on the other
but-
side of the gate. Who let you through? Promise me you'll take the book to the rebels, or I'm gonna steal your ship.
Well, that's
I'm not
rude.
taking that damn book anywhere, and neither are you. Try and stop me, laughed the kid. I bet you don't even have a hero sword.
And you do?
And with that, the kid hopped away. Had to hand it to the kid. He was an idiot, but he had guts. Where was Reynardo going to get a hero sword?
Well,
Or
oddly enough.
wind essence?
Ah.
That sounds about right. I'll need a workshop, though.
So, these items here are very important. You can collect them throughout the game. Let's go into the
Perfect.
workbench here. We have swords. Alright, you can craft swords. You gather the requirements. Tells you the level. And you can level up the swords that you do have. And we have it,
Hero
so
sword.
we'll do the hero sword.
QED.
And as you can see, there's a lot of other options. We can upgrade the hero sword again, and that will give us the ability to heal ourselves. We also have all these other swords that we can also build. There's the void sword, and each one has its own special abilities. But even more importantly, just like we need this sword to open that gate, each one of the other swords can open gates as well. Because there's a lot of times there are
This is
multiple
what he got for
pathways you
settling
can
down
take,
and finding people to care about.
and the swords
The
allow
kid's
you
mum had been a
to
swell cook.
get
and she'd
somewhere you
laughed at
might not
Reynardo's jokes.
be able to go.
Didn't know he'd
Maybe
made
a
it.
shortcut, maybe a
And the
secret,
ravens had come
maybe
to
some
burn
more
her.
items, something like
And
that.
she'd made him promise to protect the kid. But she never told him where the book was. Just the kid.
So let's get the kid.
He came up to a ledge. It was too far to jump. There'd been a bridge here before, hadn't there? And there was Peter,
Knocking down bridges, huh?
giggling at him. How'd
No, I
you
see
get
it.
across? He asked the kid.
I see
Where'd
it
you
right
find
there.
the hook? I hopped, said the kid. Why
He's a
thanks,
rabbit, you know.
kid.
It'd be fine.
Hey, look out behind you. Cute, said
Well,
Reynardo.
no, probably enemies.
Oh,
Yep.
ravens.
All right. Come on, guys. And as you can see, the combat here is pretty fast-paced, and as
It was time to talk
we
some
still
sense
haven't
into the
gotten
kid.
everything
Just hook his
that
way
I would
across the
consider
ledge
sort of the
and chase
basic
kid down.
combat stuff.
Thing was, he hadn't used his hook since he'd retired. How had he done it? Maybe if he meditated at that altar there, he'd remember his old skills.
So the kind of facade here is he's grown soft in his retirement. He has to remember his skills that he used as a sky pirate. However, look at this. This stuff is all locked. One truth needs to be revealed
It was starting to come back to him.
in order to
Something
get
you
to
never
the
completely
next level
forgot.
there.
Like how to freeze time when attacking. The more he fought, the
Now,
more
I
he'd
bet you're very,
probably
very,
remember.
very curious what that actually means. Well, they don't call this game Stories, the Path of Destinies,
And
or anything,
there was the Farfair.
or for nothing.
She was the fastest ship he'd ever known.
It's got
She
a
could do
sort
the
of
Kester run in 12 furlongs. Oh, so the
Groundhog's
salesman
Day
told me.
sort of effect, or
And something
you could
told me
maybe think of
the
it
kid was
as
about to walk
Majora's
into an
Mask,
ambush.
where
Stop! He shouted.
you make choices
I'm
as
not
such,
giving you the book!
but
Shouted the kid.
you play through the
Took
game
off.
multiple times
No! Peter!
to reveal things.
The kid ran for it. And a goblin
And
nailed him
then you
with
can
its
go
ivy.
back in time and take different choices and reveal other things. And those are the truths. So each time you complete a story, you unlock a truth. And that lets you get better skills and all that. And through the whole thing, you're persistent. You have persistent equipment and stuff. So you're gathering
The book
items
was unburned.
for your swords and
Next
such.
to it were the buckles from the kid's shoes.
It's
A
very
kid-sized pile
macabre.
of ashes. Damn it. Why hadn't he
So
lied
your-
and told the kid
your
he'd take the
progression
book
is
to the
persistent,
rebels?
even though you're kind of going
kid would be
back in
alive
time
now.
and redoing things to try
pissed off
to
and
come to the
betrayed,
best
but
resolution, I
alive.
suppose.
Oh,
But you can't
damn
really
it.
do that until you
Reynardo
know what's
picked up
happening.
the book.
So in that way, it's kind of,
The Empire have it
it's a little
now.
bit like Life is Strange,
He was
just a
going to
little
have to
more
get it out
spread out,
there.
you know, in that
He'd be a
sense of
wanted man.
figuring out what
Probably have to
certain
join the
choices
rebellion
do
just to have a
in
place
order
to dock.
to get
Well,
to something that you
He
want.
hated home life anyway.
And let's bust some crates, see if we got anything in. That isn't really all that helpful.
What was the
Alright.
big deal about this book?
Oh no, I
anyway?
didn't get my ore.
Maybe he should open it and find out.
So the book appears to be how we're actually
All
doing
that had
this
been years
whole
ago. How many?
Groundhog
was a
Day
blur.
effect.
And now 3 Raven scout ships were chasing him.
And this is actually the section that we did on our
Clawed the
preview
Raven
video.
captain over the loud hailer. Reynardo could see them cranking up their catapults.
So you've
Just going out for
seen
milk?
this cutscene before
Reynardo
if you've
yelled back.
been watching the channel.
Where can you run? Laughed the Raven horribly. Far behind him, another city was burning.
But yeah,
The dark cloud above its island was thousands of Imperial ships. The fleet was doing a thorough job.
Take us to the rebel base! I will spare your life!
It cawed. The entire jury-rigged rebel fleet was only a few islands to the east.
Oh.
Beyond that were only the pillars of heaven. A sea of endless blood-colored tornadoes. The rebellion was out of time. Unless Reynardo could bring a game changer.
okay.
Maybe he could. Reynardo had found out where he could find the pieces of the Sky Ripper, the legendary weapon that had exiled the lost gods.
huh? Oh, man.
Surely a legendary weapon could win the final battle. On the other hand, his old friend Lapino had sent Reynardo a desperate message saying he had a brilliant scheme to save the rebellion. If Reynardo could only rescue him.
I
Reynardo
see.
dived the Farfarer towards the abyss. As he felt the heat of the jet stream, the Raven ships peeled off, not stable enough to follow him down there. Now it was time to choose. Lapino or the Sky Ripper?
So now this is the first important narrative choice. And this is going to shape the story that is told and will affect our ending. There seems to be a lot of endings that you can choose based on all of your choices here. Which, you know, I think it's kind of a neat idea. Because it isn't just that you have a particular ending because of all your choices, but the entire game is different because of it. So, what shall we choose? You know, Lapino, he sounds alright, but Sky Ripper seems like a useful thing.
Every child knew about the Sky
I
Ripper.
think we'll do that.
The Transcendent Emperor had buried its pieces. What could have brought them to light? This Emperor, Isengrim III, had once been kind, but he'd gone mad. And now he was conducting secret, obscene rituals
no.
to bring back the lost gods. Had he somehow
so
summoned the long-lost components of the
he wants
legendary weapon out of
the
the
lost
deep places
gods
of the
back,
earth? It was more than Reynardo
and
could
this
fathom.
thing banished
But
them,
if he
so
could
maybe
find
he
the
had to
legendary
do that.
weapon, he would use it.
Okay, so let's get the Sky Ripper.
As he set foot on the island, Reynardo could not help but feel a tinge of guilt. He'd left Lapino behind.
So the narrator
He
does
hoped
a
the
really
Mad
good
Rabbit
job
somehow
of
escaped
making
the
you feel
Ravens.
kind of guilty for
He
everything that you do, really.
If they had, he hoped they hadn't eaten him alive. Why had he
Yay.
chosen the Sky Ripper? Reynardo never made plans that required constant vigilance. He was a hero. He didn't think too much. He just went with his gut and hoped it all worked out. The Sky Ripper was a long shot.
Oh, here we go.
He'd have to devote himself to it. No side journeys, no rescuing old friends. That was against his nature. Could he stick with it?
I don't know. Can he? I guess that's up to me. So we need the armature, which is just a piece of the Sky Ripper. yeah, quite a nice selection of chests here. That'll be helpful going forward. So let's head in and find the armature, which I'm not sure what that actually is, but that's okay.
If I craft a sword now, it's going to be really short.
Yep, so that's kind of an indication that I don't really have the needed materials. All right. Woo! So these guys, obviously, they have a cone of vision and you don't want to be in it. You can use that, though, to stun them. Very nice. Whoa.
Who are you looking at? Oh, right. No one.
Here you go. Look at that. Okay, we got a lever here. Okay, so now if we had the void sword, we could go into there, but we do not. It doesn't mean we won't at some point.
The people who had built this castle, did they even know what monstrous weapon lay hidden within their walls? The Sky Ripper could destroy anything it touched, or so the legend said. As the Transcendent Emperor had fought the Lost Gods, thousands and thousands had died. But Reynardo had been through wars. The only merciful war was a short one. He wasn't that good. Yet.
Alright, well, not ready for an upgrade, unfortunately. Because we're missing an upgrade that I really like, which is the dash. Lets you go quick and get away from things that are really bad. Oh no. See there, I tried to dash, which is not what you want to do there. You want to counter, even when you do have the dash. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Ah. Woo!
Get over here.
And you can use the hook too. And you. Yes. Moving and grooving. Okay. Now we can rank up now, but in this game you cannot go back like that. So we'll just have to wait till we find another upgradey statue. So there's a hero door. But I'm gonna go this way and see if there's any treasure, because I suspect that the hero door is the way we need to be going.
In this chest, there were woodcuts of amazingly beautiful vixens wearing no clothes at all. And something more useful.
Ooh, we got lore here. The truth behind the Sky Ripper shrouded in a thick fog. The most believable tale is that the Transcendent Emperor has used the Sky Ripper to banish Iblis. Then the TE buried the weapon and vanished. Was it a self-imposed exile to rid the world of its last divine presence? Was it the price to pay for using such a tremendous power? Could the Sky Ripper and Iblis have a deeper connection than just a weapon and its victim? My rituals will summon the Iblis stone. Perhaps I should worry that they will also cause the Sky Ripper to resurface. If that is the case, spare no resources to find it. A weapon that can banish a god is an invaluable bargaining chip should the old ones decide to double-cross me. It is in their nature to try, but gods are predictable, and I can rely on that to always be one step ahead. Emperor Isengrim III. Secret journal. Oh.
Hero wall. Hero sword. Ice wall. Ice cube.
Well, no, it's a nice sword, but we can't get it yet, so we'll just have to take the hero door. Okay, so... Woo! No. Gotta kill this guy. Quick. Oh, no.
Hey, why don't you guys fight in groups? Oh, I know. Because there's no I in team.
Har har har. There we go. Now listen here, eyeball. I don't really have to kill all of them, but I will. Oh, is there something here? Huh. Suppose not. So let's
Can't we
get
just
that
agree to
armature.
disagree? Said Reynardo.
Let's throw this guy out. Goodbye. Oh, we can also throw them at the enemy. Oh no. No, no, no. Kind of low health, to be honest. So hopefully we got some barrels to break here soon. Get some apples out of them, you know. As you do.
Ah,
Let's go this way.
puzzle. Reynardo loved puzzles. Except when he couldn't figure them out.
I feel the
On the
same
other
way.
hand, if there
Oh,
was
there's
a
a
puzzle,
fire
it was
door.
probably meant to keep people away from something good.
That's a good point. I think I can bust this thing, actually. Nice. Alright. What is this? I assume it does the... Huh. Does both, I guess.
See?
Well,
That wasn't so
I wasn't
hard.
sure. I'm not sure what I did, but... I did it. Haha, yes. Okay. No, I can't go there. I thought since a lot of times this these things that you can grab and come across, usually I'm on both ends so you can go back and forth. But in this case, that was not the case. Excellent. Now let's get
It was
dash.
starting to come back to him.
This is quite good.
Something
As you
never completely
as you can
forgot.
guess, probably
Like how to
it's
freeze time when attacking.
like that, a dash.
The more he fought, the more he probably remembered.
All right, we've got the Sky
There
Ripper
it
armature.
was. Sky Ripper's armature. The stuff that dreams are made of. Engineers' dreams, anyway. The device
okay.
was intricate.
Some sort
No
of
one alive had the
robotic
skill
thingy.
to make a thing like it. How was it part of a weapon at all? He'd have to ask a scientist. But first, he'd get the second piece. Sky Ripper had a heart. A core that had come to rest on the next island.
Oh,
Well,
okay. Two
there
pieces.
was another island he could reach. Zenobia had just invaded it with her father's Raven battalions. She must be encamped there still.
I see.
But fighting Zenobia now, that made no sense at all. He'd already sacrificed one friend to get this armature, was it? He didn't need to hurry to face her.
Okay.
She would find him.
So now we got another choice. We need the second piece, or we can go and find Zenobia. Another character, the Emperor's daughter. Also an old friend. Oh, he had an urge to see her. Interesting. Well, we're going to end the video here, but we will continue. And next time, make a choice. So, hope you've enjoyed so far Stories of the Path of Destiny, coming out April 12th. Pre-order on Humble Bundle, it's actually on sale. But the game is only going to be $15, which that's very reasonable. So, we'll see you next time.